Do you recognize this man from somewhere? You must have probably seen him on the internet.
Mr. Booth, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Oh my goodness.
This moment went viral in 2015 that made emotional headlines all over. What happens when a judge locks eyes with the man in handcuffs and realizes he's her old classmate, the smartest, kindest boy she once knew? In 2015, this emotional courtroom reunion moved millions. She gave him hope. But where is he now? Did it really change him? Let's find out what happened to Arthur Booth and how one unexpected moment brought hope, heartbreak, and a second chance. It was 2015, and Arthur Booth, 49 years old, sat with his hands cuffed tight. The van rumbled toward the Miami-Dade courthouse. He had been caught for burglary, breaking into someone's home. This wasn't new to him. He had sat in vans like this too many times and heard sentences too many times. But today, something felt off. A quiet unease twisted in his chest, like a warning he couldn't shake. Officers swung the doors open and tugged Booth out into the bright daylight. He had been through these halls before. He knew what came next. Stand in front of the judge, listen to the charges, wait for the punishment. Simple. Routine. Yet that uneasy feeling clung to him. Arthur Booth and the other convicts shuffled in, two officers close at their sides. The room hummed with noise. All the convicts were being called in front, turn by turn. He kept his head down. The bailiff called his name, sharp and clear. Booth stepped forward. Then he looked up and stopped cold. Judge Mindy Glazer sat high at the bench, her black robe neat, her face calm but sharp. She flipped through her files, then raised her eyes to him. Asked a few questions. Something sparked in her look, surprise, maybe memory. She knew him, but how? Judge Mindy asked if he had gone to Nautilus Middle School. Her voice was steady, cutting through the room's buzz. Booth couldn't speak at first, too shocked. He nodded, then mumbled a weak yes. A small, sad smile curved her lips. She told him she remembered him from back then, that he had been the nicest kid around. Smart, too, always at the top of the class. She said she had wondered for years what had happened to him. The words hit Booth hard. Tears welled up and rolled down his face before he could stop them. She saw him not the crook he was now, but the kid he used to be. The courtroom went still. Everyone watched, caught in the moment. Judge Mindy leaned forward a little, her voice soft but strong. She reminded him how bright he had been, how much potential he had. Her eyes softened, a glimmer of hope in them. She told him she still believed in him, that he could climb out of this dark. She urged him to try, to make things right. Her words hung there as she set his bond, and the officers pulled him away. For the first time in forever, a tiny spark of hope lit up inside him. That moment spread like wildfire online. The video of their reunion hit the internet, and millions watched, touched by Judge Mindy's kindness and Booth's tears. People he didn't even know sent letters, rooting for him to get better. After 10 months behind bars, when he got out of jail, his family and Judge Mindy were waiting for him outside. Booth promised her he would change. He said she was motivation for him right then. She was incredible and he would not give up on life. It was a new lease on life for him. He signed up for a drug program. Finding work after? It wasn't easy. But he pushed forward, holding on to that spark from the courtroom. Through a newfound inspiration, he worked relentlessly to make it work. But Arthur Booth hadn't always been a man in handcuffs. He came into the world in a small Miami house, the eldest of 3 kids. His parents weren't rich, his dad fixed machines at a factory, his mom sewed clothes for extra cash, but they loved their family. They worked long days, yet still sat with Booth at night, helping him with homework. When he got into Nautilus Middle School, a place known for smart kids, they couldn't stop smiling. Booth thrived there. Math came easy to him, and science lit up his imagination. He aced tests, won little awards, and told anyone who'd listen he wanted to be a doctor. Not just any doctor, a brain surgeon, like the heroes on TV who saved lives with steady hands. Mindy Glazer was in his class back then, a girl with big ideas and a sharp mind. They weren't best friends, but they shared that school, that time when anything seemed possible. Booth's parents scraped together every penny they could, dreaming of college for him. But when high school rolled around, things fell apart. He started hanging with a rough group, kids who cut class, smoked weed. Booth followed them. Drugs crept in, first just pot, then worse. His grades tanked, and at 17, he walked away from school for good. He couldn't face his parents' disappointment, so he just stopped going home as much. Jobs were hard to find with no diploma. He picked up work here and there, lifting bricks on construction sites. The money was never enough. Then he found gambling. It started as fun, a rush, but soon he owed more than he could pay. Loan sharks circled, and Booth turned to stealing to keep them off his back. His first arrest came young at 18. He did a short stretch in jail. When he got out, crack cocaine had hit Miami. It grabbed him tight and didn't let go. He stole more wallets, radios, anything he could pawn. His siblings gave up on him, tired of his act. By 2015, when he stood before Judge Mindy, everybody had given up on him. But her faith in him changed something, though. After that courtroom day, Booth fought to get clean. For a while, he thought he might make it. Life outside jail was a grind. Booth was determined at first, clinging to Judge Mindy's words. The former criminal temporarily turned his life around. He was based in Florida, United States of America, where he worked as a manager in a pharmaceutical company. But old habits never die. He told himself it'd be one time. He slipped into a dark house, grabbed a TV and some jewelry, and sold them fast. The money felt good. Too good. That one time turned into more. By 2024, Booth was 58 and his crimes had gotten uglier. He targeted old folks, people who couldn't fight back. He'd knock on their doors, pretending to be a plumber or some guy checking the water lines. He'd leave with their stuffed rings, necklaces, and cash they had. It wasn't just about the money anymore. He broke something deeper, their sense of safety. Eduardo was 85, a Cuban man who'd lived a long life of hard work. Booth showed up at his door, said he was there to fix a pipe. Eduardo nodded, letting him in. While the old man turned to get a glass of water, Booth snatched a gold chain from his neck, a St. Lazarus pendant, a gift that held sentimental values. Eduardo shouted, reached out, but Booth was already gone. That chain wasn't just gold. It was a piece of Eduardo's heart. Then there was Rosa, 78, living alone in a quiet house. Booth told her he needed to check her faucets. She waved him in, frail but friendly. He left with her grandmother's wedding ring and a wad of grocery money. Booth stayed quiet. It was 2024 and the courthouse waited ahead, a place that once gave him a lifeline. Now it felt like a dead end. He couldn't bear looking at his old friend who once tried to save him. Judge Mindy was there again, her face blank at first. Then she saw him, and her eyes flickered with memory. The kid from school, the man from 2015. Maybe she'd give him another chance, see past the mess he'd made. But Judge Mindy, she wished him well and said someone else would take over his case.
I can't hear your case. I'm going to get another judge to hear it, okay? So if you have a seat, somebody else will be here.
She wasn't turning her back on him, not really. She was doing what the law asked, stepping away for the right reasons. The criminal is currently being held at Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center. Due to his history as a repeat offender, the judge ordered that he be held without bond. Stories like this remind us, life is unpredictable. One dreamt of becoming a neurosurgeon and the other a veterinarian, but look how they turned out. Want more powerful true stories like this? Like, share, and subscribe for more real-life twists that'll leave you speechless. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep listening.